the country. He claims he can perform miracles.
Isaiah chapter 56, verses 10 through 12. Their watchmen are all blind. They do not comprehend. They are all dumb dogs who cannot bark, who doze off and lie down and love to sleep. Useless. That's what that means. Okay, they cannot comprehend. They do not bark. They do not see because they are all blind. They're pretty much useless. Okay? And the dogs are greedy. Not only they are useless, but they are also greedy. They do not know satiation. They're never satisfied. They do not know satiation. These are the shepherds who cannot understand. They have all gone off on their own ways, each from his own corner, from his own dishonest gain, saying, "Come, I will get wine, and we will guzzle liquor together, and tomorrow will also be like this, and even much greater." The next one is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 1. Prophets who follow their own spirit. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, "Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel who prophesy, and say to those who prophesy out of their own hearts, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Elohim, woe unto the foolish prophets who follow their own spirit in things that they have not seen. Like foxes among the ruins, so are your prophets, O Israel. You did not ascend into the branches, nor build a fence for the house of Israel, which could stand up in battle on the day of Yahweh. They saw a worthless vision.
Popoff claimed God spoke directly to him, and he seemed to know everything about the people attending his crusades, including their health problems.
Burning this arthritis right out of your body.
But Randy took a scanner to some of Popoff's crusades and picked up radio transmissions. Turns out the voice Popoff heard wasn't God's, but his wife's.
I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? If you can't, you're in trouble.
You see, Popoff's wife, Elizabeth, had previously gotten personal information from people in the audience and then fed it to her husband electronically through a tiny earpiece.
Jody Dean.
Jody Dean?
No, she should be right there on your right side. Okay, she lives at 4267 Masterson.
4267 Masterson. I can see the angels of God all around your house.
That's disturbing when you see it.
They saw a worthless vision and false divination. They say, the word of Yahweh. But Yahweh did not send them. Yet they expect that their word will be confirmed. Have you not envisioned a worthless vision and uttered a false divination? You say the word of Yahweh, when I have not spoken. Now let me ask you a question. Do you go to church on Sundays? Because, look, man, that's the bomb, okay? These other dudes on Debate Talk for You, for example, they really want to get their boxing gloves on, and they really think they have what it takes to step in the ring. But the question is, do you go to church on Sundays? Let me read this again. They saw a worthless vision and false divination. They say the word of Yahweh. They go to church on Sunday and they say the word of the Most High. But the Most High did not send them. Yet they expect that their word will be confirmed. Have you not envisioned a worthless vision and uttered a false divination? You say the word of the Most High, when I have not spoken. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Elohim, because you have spoken worthless words and have seen a false vision, therefore, behold, I am against you, the word of the Lord Yahweh Elohim. And my hand will be against the prophets who see worthless visions and who divine falsehoods. They will not be among the council of my people, nor will they be inscribed in the record of the house of Israel. There's a lesson about the book of remembrance, but okay, so there are other things in the scriptures regarding a record. Okay, nor will they enter upon the soil of Israel. Then you will know that I am the Lord Yahweh Elohim. Because they led my people astray, saying peace. Everybody keeps saying that I.U.I.C is the Prince of Peace, when in the New Testament it says, I came not. You know what? We should get that. Hold on. I.U.I.C is the Prince of Peace, right? Okay. Matthew chapter 10, verse, let me see. I'm in the funny pages. Hold on one second. Oh, yeah. We'll start at 33 because we're in the Molech James version of the scriptures. We'll start at that. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, whoever that is, which is in heaven. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. Now, sounds like the Prince of Peace to me, right? Oh, no. Oh, let me keep reading. And the daughter against, because that's peaceful, her mother, and the daughter-in-law against, which is peaceful, right? Her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household, because that sounds so peaceful. Because they led my people astray, saying peace, but there is no peace. It is building a partition. And they are even smearing it with plaster. Say to those who smear with plaster, it will collapse. It will collapse. There will be pouring rain. And as for you, O huge hailstones, you shall fall, and a stormy wind shall break forth. Then behold, the wall will fall. Surely it will be said to you, where is the daub that you smeared? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Elohim, I will cause a stormy wind to break out my wrath, and there will be pouring rain in my anger, with huge hailstones in my wrath, to cause annihilation. And I will break down the wall that you smeared with plaster and bring it down to the ground, and its foundation will be bared. It will fall, and you will be annihilated within. Then you will know that I am Yahweh. Thus I will spend my wrath upon the wall and upon those who smear it with plaster, and I will say to you, the wall is no more, nor those who smeared it. You prophets of Israel who prophesy concerning Jerusalem and envision for it a vision of peace, when there is no peace, the word of the Lord Yahweh Elohim. All right. Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 13, and we'll probably end at 40. Okay, and this is concerning false prophets. I saw fraudulence in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied by the Baal and misled my people Israel. And I see disgrace among the prophets of Jerusalem, adultery and continuing falsehood. They encourage the evildoers so that they do not repent, each man of his wickedness. They were all like Sodom to me, and Jerusalem's inhabitants were like Gomorrah. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Master of Legions, concerning these prophets, behold, I shall feed them wormwood and give them poisonous water to drink. For deceit has spread out over all the land from the prophets of Jerusalem. Thus saith Yahweh, Master of Legions, pay no heed to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you. Okay, if they ain't talking about the Torah, they ain't talking about the Most High Yahweh Akkad, they are deluding you. They speak the vision of their own heart. What is the vision of their own heart? Let's look up some Constantine. In hoc signo vinces, or vincis, or other pronunciations of this bullshit. Okay? This is your dreamer of dreams. Okay? Let's read. He remained confident because he had faith in mens divina. Yeah, let's find that in the Torah. Constantine had a dream in which a young man told him to put a symbol of Christ on the shields of his men before the battle of the Milvian Bridge. The emblem of Christ appearing to Constantine. Where's that in the Torah? All right, let's pick it up at Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 16. They speak the vision of their own heart, not of the mouth of Yahweh. They always tell those who anger me, Yahweh has spoken. There will be peace for you and to all who follow the vision of his heart, they say. No evil shall befall you. But which of them was exposed to the mystery of Yahweh? Who has seen or heard his word? Who obeyed his word and heeded it? Behold, the storm of Yahweh, a fury shall go forth. A tempest shall seek rest. It will rest upon the head of the wicked. Yahweh's wrath will not recede until he has accomplished it and upheld the plans of his heart, not by the heart of Constantine. In the end of days, you will have an understanding of it. I did not send those prophets, yet they ran. I did not speak to them, yet they prophesied. If they were exposed to my mystery, let them proclaim my words to my people and bring them back from their evil ways and from the wickedness of their deeds. Am I a God only from nearby, says Yahweh, and not a God from afar? Can a man hide in concealments, and that I not see him? The word of Yahweh. Do I not fill the heaven and the earth? The word of Yahweh. I have heard what is said by the prophets who prophesy falsely in my name, saying, I had a dream.
Towards a vision that Constantine had before a great battle. And that vision talks about him either in a dream seeing this vision in heaven or actually seeing it in the waking daylight in heaven of the symbol in the sky It's a Chi-Rho. And these are the two Greek letters that you've probably seen them laid on top of one another. They've become an important symbol of Christianity ever since. But it's the first two letters of Christ's name in Greek. And in Eusebius's version, he sees that symbol in the sky, and it says, "By this sign conquer."
I have heard what is said by the prophets who prophesy falsely in my name, saying, I had a dream. I had a dream. How long? Is anything in the heart of the prophets who prophesy falsehood, the prophets of their heart's deceit, who think they make my people forget my name through their dreams?
He received a vision outside of Rome. A vision of the Chi-Rho represented here in the 17th century painting by Rubens. This was the first two letters of the name of Christ, and a voice said, "In this conquer." But Constantine was a complicated figure. A pagan monotheist, a devotee of the sun god Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. The evidence for a conversion is problematic. We do not know what Constantine really worshipped. We do not know what Constantine really worshipped. We do not know what Constantine really worshipped. Constantine's Christianity remained unclear as he continued to worship the sun god. And even by 321, there were further edicts that proclaimed the relationship between Christ and the Sol Invictus. There was no clear distinction.
I have heard what is said by the prophets who prophesy falsely in my name, saying, I had a dream. I had a dream. How long? Is anything in the heart of the prophets who prophesy falsehood, the prophets of their heart's deceit, who think they make my people forget my name through their dreams that they tell to each other, just as their fathers forgot my name through worshiping the Baal? Constantine's dad was a sun worshiper. Okay?
Constantine's Christianity remained unclear as he continued to worship the sun god. And even by 321, there were further edicts that proclaimed the relationship between Christ and the Sol Invictus. Christ and the Sol Invictus. Christ and the Sol Invictus. There was no clear distinction.
The prophet with a dream tells his dream, but the one with my word speaks my word of truth. How can the chaff compare to the kernel, the word of Yahweh? Behold, my word is like fire, the word of Yahweh, and like a hammer that shatters a rock. Therefore, behold, I am acting against the prophets, the word of Yahweh, who steal my word one from the other. Behold, I am acting against the prophets, the word of Yahweh. Let's get that again. Who steal my word one from the other. So they steal our Torah, our prophets, our writing, and then get us to try to believe in a dreamer of dreams. You know what? I think we need to be reminded of what Deuteronomy chapter 13 says. Well, technically, Deuteronomy chapter 13 in the real scriptures, and in Deuteronomy chapter 12 verses, and then the last verse in the KJV, the Molech James Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 13. The entire word that I commanded you, that shall you observe to do, you shall not add to it, and you shall not subtract from it. But there should stand up in your midst a prophet. If there should stand up in your midst a prophet or a dreamer of a dream, and he will produce to you a sign or a wonder.
Miracle spring water.
And that's why I want you to have the miracle spring water.
But is it really free? Our miracle water came with what Popoff calls a bag of sacred Dead Sea salt. I'm supposed to sprinkle it over a check made out to Popoff for $27. It's really just a tiny package of salt that you would get at a deli or fast food restaurant. As for the miracle water, I'm supposed to drink it, wait 5 days, and I'll be blessed with riches. Of course, I'm supposed to send Popoff another check.
And he will produce to you a sign or a wonder or a cross or some sort of, that's what Constantine did. And the sign or the wonder comes about of which he spoke to you, saying, let us follow gods of others, that you did not know, and we shall worship them. Do not hearken to the words of that prophet, or to that dreamer of a dream. For Yahweh your God is testing you to know whether you love Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Yahweh your God shall you follow, and him shall you fear. His commandments shall you observe, and to his voice shall you hearken. His voice. Do you go to church on Sunday? Yes or no? And if you do, why do you do that? Because I didn't see anything in here about that. The Most High didn't say that, but, I guess that's another discussion. Back to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 30. Therefore, behold, I am acting against the prophets, the word of Yahweh, who steal my word one from the other. Behold, I am acting against the prophets, the word of Yahweh, who train their tongues and deliver in oration.
It's not the water that releases the power. It's your obedience to the instructions of the prophet of God.
Kathy Rowe and her disabled husband Donald fell for Popoff's pitch.
Surely God would see our pain and bless us.
They borrowed thousands of dollars from relatives, saying they were going to pay their bills. But instead, they sent it to Popoff, $4,500 in all.
Behold, I am acting against those who prophesy with false dreams, says Yahweh, who tell them and mislead my people with their lies and with flippancy. I did not send them nor command them. They were of no benefit to this people, the word of Yahweh. If this people or a prophet or a priest should ask you, saying, what is the burden of Yahweh? Tell them, what is the burden? I shall reject you, the word of Yahweh. And any prophet or priest or one of the populace who says, burden of Yahweh, I shall deal with that person with his household. So shall you say to one another, and each man to his brother, what did Yahweh pronounce? What did Yahweh speak? Never again mention burden of Yahweh. For although a burden comes to a man of his word, you have perverted the words of the living God. Yahweh, master of legions, our God, say thus to the true prophet, what did Yahweh pronounce to you? What did Yahweh speak? And if you still say, burden of Yahweh, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, because you said this thing, burden of Yahweh, when I send to you, saying, do not say, burden of Yahweh, therefore, behold, I am acting, and I shall completely forget you, and I shall discard you, and I shall discard you and the city that I gave to you and to your fathers from my presence. And I shall place upon you an everlasting disgrace and everlasting humiliations, which will not be forgotten. Okay? 7 ways. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 20. But the prophet who willfully shall speak a word in my name, that which I have not commanded him to speak, or who shall speak in the name of the gods of others, aka Lucifer, aka Jebus, that prophet shall die. When you say in your heart, how can we know the word that Yahweh has not spoken? If the prophet will speak in the name of Yahweh, and that thing will not occur and not come about, that is the word that Yahweh has not spoken. With willfulness has the prophet spoken it. You shall not fear him. So pretty much this is the playbook on how to find or spot a fake prophet or false teacher. Now let's expound on this. Let's go to Micah chapter 3, verse 11. Her leaders judge for bribes, and her Kohanim teach for a fee, and her prophets divine for money. Yet they rely on Yahweh, saying, behold, Yahweh is in our midst. No evil can befall us. Therefore, because of you, Zion will be plowed over like a field. Jerusalem will become heaps of rubble, and the Temple Mount will become like stone heaps in the forest. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 23. And we'll start at 21. How the faithful city has become a harlot. She had been full of justice, righteousness lodged in her, and now murderers. Your silver has become dross, and your heady wine diluted with water. Your princes are rebellious and associates of thieves. Each of them loves bribery and pursues payments.
We wanted to ask Popoff a few questions. Reverend Popoff?
Yes.
Matt Mahar with Inside Edition. Could I ask you a few questions about your ministry? Hey, you're squeezing me.
Sorry.
How can you justify taking all of this money from people that are desperate? Can you just answer us one question?
Can you just move away, please?
Would you talk to us later, please?
No.
They do not render justice to the orphan. The grievance of the widow does not come to them. Therefore, the word of the Lord Yahweh, Master of Legions, Mighty One of Israel. Oh, I shall be appeased of my adversaries, and I shall avenge myself of my enemies. I will turn my hand against you until I refine your dross as with lye, and I will remove all your base metal. And here's the hard part to comprehend. In Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 9, it always goes back to the Most High has his hand and he's in control of all things. So who raises up these false prophets? Well, the Most High does. All right, let's read that. Ezekiel 14:9. And if a false prophet is enticed and makes a declaration, I, Yahweh, have enticed that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand against him and destroy him from amid my people Israel. So it's full circle. The Most High wants to test us to see if our hearts are after him. Otherwise, these false prophets are going to entice followers to stray and seek after their own understanding and their own heart, their own gain. Meanwhile, that false prophet is doing the same thing, and everybody is chasing some form of falsehood. So I just wanted to close it out with a reading of Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 17 through 20. Then Yahweh said to me, they have done well in what they have said. I will establish a prophet from them, from among their brethren, like you, and I will place my words in his mouth. He shall speak to them everything that I will command them. And it shall be that the man who will not hearken to my words that I shall speak in my name, I will exact from him. But the prophet who willfully shall speak a word in my name, that which I have not commanded him to speak, or shall speak in the name of gods of others, that prophet shall die. When you say in your heart, how can we know the word that Yahweh has not spoken? If the prophet will speak in the name of Yahweh, and that thing will not occur and not come about, that is the word that Yahweh has not spoken. With willfulness has the prophet spoken it. You shall not fear him. How many predictions have we had about the end of the world? Heaven's Gate, drinking Kool-Aid, Jim Jones, David Koresh, I.U.I.C. I mean, Tahar from GMS, he's spoken things. They didn't come to pass. The Y2K, all the camps said that Y2K was the day that, Wyatt Idleshy is going to crack the sky open and blah, blah, blah. Okay? That One West doctrine has been going on since the 80s, man. Or the 70s. It's BS, man. Like, if it takes you 30 years to figure out a false prophet is in your midst speaking falsehood, then you know what? I don't know what to tell you. It's right here. Do not hearken to those false prophets. All right, Shalawam. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, who is a God. There is none beside him. And I'm signing out. Shalawam.
James Randi says he's not surprised that Popoff is back.
Flim Flam is his profession. That's what he does best. He's very good at it, and naturally he's going to go back to it.
Kathy Rowe, the lady you met, says she only stopped sending Popoff money 2 months ago when she had no money left for food. She says she now feels that she was brainwashed by watching Popoff on television.
Popoff, not one of these stupid people caught on. You're the reason why people stop believing in God. All these faith healers and con artists, even the frauds are surprised by how long the scheme has gone on. Pagans, heathens applaud, some false prophets screaming across the fucking stage while wielding a cross. Angels, demons, and dogma, teaching us, preaching the gospel, based on fear, what a crock. Now pay for it. Here's what it costs. If you don't make enough money, then pray for it. Your Visa will charge. Just leave it in the offering basket, along with the keys to your car. Proceed to the exit exceedingly and leave with misleading and flawed ideas. Don't read the Bible or read the Quran. Benny Hinn needs you to stop moving as he places his palm on your forehead and his knee to your crotch.